October days in the north have a special kind of magic. The sky shifts between soft rain, sun rainbows, and the quiet glow of the aurora. The trees around the house turn golden and red, and everything feels both peaceful and alive at the same time. These were slow, cozy days, candle lit in the evenings, tending the fire in the kitchen, just enjoying the warmth as autumn settled in. And this week was extra special because my mom came for a visit. We celebrated my birthday, spent time together, and shared simple moments that felt really precious. I also had the loveliest time with my neighbors. Little things, dinners, coffees, conversations, laughter, but they made this place feel even more like home. But this beautiful week also came with a moment I'll never forget. The night I had a chimney fire. That evening, my mom and I came home after spending the day out. The house was cold, so I rushed inside to start a fire and warm the rooms as quickly as possible. It had been raining all day, the pressure was low, and the chimney felt cold, the kind of weather when everything inside the flue moves slowly. So I did what I usually do. I took a piece of paper, placed it in the soot door, and lit it to help the draft rise. But this time, the moment that flame touched the paper, it didn't burn. It vanished. It was as if the chimney pulled it straight out of my hands. And then it started. A deep, wild roar from inside a wall. And in a second, everything in the chimney was burning. You can see it in the footage here. That sudden, terrifying rush of fire. I knew I had to call for help. I dialed 112 and asked for the fire department. I spoke with a woman on the phone for about 5-6 minutes, explaining the situation, while she asked important questions. Was there smoke in the house? Had anyone inhaled anything? Were there sparks, flames, or smoke coming from the top of the chimney? She took my details and told me the firefighters were on their way. They arrived in about 25 minutes, which felt very fast considering how rural we are. They immediately came inside to assess the situation. By that time, the chimney was extremely hot. They measured over 70 Celsius degrees inside the living room wall, which is around 158 degrees in Fahrenheit. Far too hot to touch. More firefighters kept arriving. It felt a bit surreal to see so many people in my little house. I stayed calm and focused, answering their questions in Swedish, but in the back of my mind, I was fully aware of what was at stake. The thought that everything I'd worked for could disappear in an instant, right in front of my eyes, was very difficult to push aside. They sent one firefighter up on the roof with equipment to loosen the burning soot, while others opened the soot doors inside and removed the hot, glowing ash. Some were simply on standby in case something changed. At some point, I lost all sense of time. I ended up outside in the rain for nearly 2 hours before it even occurred to me that I wasn't wearing a jacket and was getting cold. Eventually, the team leader came to tell me that the chimney was cooling down and they felt they had done everything they could. They began cleaning up, putting things back where they belonged, sweeping the floors. Before they left, I had to sign a paper saying I would keep watch for the next 12 hours and call a special number if anything changed. They left around 11:30 at night. After an incident like this, you're not allowed to make a fire until the chimney sweepers have inspected it. The strange thing is that my last chimney sweeping had been just 3 weeks prior. Everyone was surprised, but I didn't blame the sweepers. It felt like old build-up from long before I owned the house. I never found any records of proper maintenance from the past. I stayed awake until 4 in the morning, just making sure everything had cooled completely. Once the chimney was cold to the touch, I finally felt comfortable enough to sleep, though I only managed about 2 hours. The next day, I called the chimney sweepers. They put me on a priority list, and the following day, I got an email with an appointment. They came out very quickly. They ran a camera down the chimney, and to my relief, everything was okay. Whatever else this house may struggle with, the chimney was clearly built well, and for that I am extremely grateful. Rebuilding or lining a chimney like this could have cost me more than the house itself. If you watched my earlier videos, you might remember me repairing a long crack in the chimney with special mortar. That repair held perfectly, still intact. That was another relief. Of course, the stress stayed with me for a while, even after being told the chimney was safe and probably the cleanest in the area. I still could not bring myself to light a fire. My neighbor asked me every single day, "Did you fire today?" And every day my answer was no. Eventually he came over and lit a fire for me himself, just to help me get started again. And honestly, I had never felt a draft that good before. After 3 sweepings and inspections, just in 6 months, suddenly the draft was better than ever. The chimney sweeper also gave me specific advice on how to fire correctly in this stove, what works and what to avoid. So slowly, I am also learning how to use the stove more efficiently, creating a cleaner fire and therefore a cleaner chimney. Now I've been firing every day and everything is going smoothly. After the fire, I spent a lot of time thinking about my journey with this old wood stove, and strangely, I've come to see the whole event as something that needed to happen, a final deep cleanse, something the house couldn't have released on its own. Whatever had been sitting in that chimney for years is now gone, and in a way, it feels like a fresh start, a new beginning for both me and this home. I also want to say a heartfelt thank you to the Sollefteå Fire Department. They acted quickly, professionally, and with such care. Because of them, my home is still standing. I am incredibly grateful. I wanted to share this story in case someone out there is also new to wood stoves and chimneys. Maybe it will help them to be more prepared or at least feel less alone if something unexpected happens. The first frost has arrived. The air was crisp and I felt so alive from the cold. I couldn't make a fire in the house, but I could fire outside and make my coffee. So here we go. After the fire, I needed to slow down. I only had 2 more days with my mom and I wanted to make the very best of them despite everything. So for a week or two, I moved at a gentle pace, just letting myself breathe, feeling the autumn colors, enjoying the crisp air and the quiet moments around the house. It was exactly what I needed to settle my nerves, to heal, and to finally let it all go. Thank you so much for watching and for being here with me on this journey. I'll see you in the next one. Winter is coming. This just makes me so alive. This is so incredible. Look at the moon. It's so beautiful. It's huge. I'm taking a time-lapse video. It's getting really cold now.